Good evening. Thank you for clicking on this video. So this video we are going to show you how we make our homemade butter. This is a half a gallon of cream that we just got out of the refrigerator. This is from our Dairy Cow Ginger. So we have to let our cream sit for about an hour to get a little closer to room temperature. And the reason we do that is because when it gets closer to room temperature, it mixes so much better and produces butter much quicker. So we're going to let that sit for about an hour, and then we will show you the whole process of what we go through to make our butter. But until then, make sure you hit that subscribe key. Make sure you hit the bell next to it if you want to be notified when we have new videos come up. And I hope you will enjoy this video. See you in a little bit. We have let the cream sit out for the past hour. So we have our tray that we will make our butter balls on. They are tablespoon size balls of butter. That way we can use them for cooking. We have our food processor here that we spin the butter in. We have our strainer over here. We have a bowl. We have our spatula, and we have a spoon just in case we need it. And we have our butterball maker. So what we're going to do first is attach the food processor to the counter. Everything's in there. So what we'll do is we'll take our butter, or our cream, and we are just going to take it off here. And we're just going to fill it just above, my fill line is just above the top blade, right there. So then we'll put the lid back on. And I'll put this on. Now I'm going to start this. It does get noisy, so I will pause the video until it gets done, but I'll give you kind of a show of what it's going to do. It's going to take a few minutes to do it, and then we will be back. Okay, so now that I have turned this off, and I was kind of showing you the different stages that the butter goes through. Once you put it in here and you start it, it's the liquid stage, and then as it keeps going, then it turns into more of a whipped butter, and then after it whips it for a minute or two, it turns back into a liquid, but it's not a complete liquid, as you can see here. I'll put this right there. I'm going to show you exactly what I'm talking about. So you got your liquid here, but you have got butter here. So you've got your butter. So now, since your butter is still in with this liquid, what we do, let me show you here. we take very cold water. There. So then we rinse, because what's in that butter is just basically buttermilk. You can save it if you want to, and then what I'm doing is I'm going to pour this through a strainer. What I'm going to do, you have to rinse the butter very well to make sure you get out all of the milk, or the cream I should say, the buttermilk now, because the more you leave in there, the faster it can go bad, because it would just be like leaving milk in it, and eventually raw milk goes sour. So what we do, take this, dump it back in there. We put cold water just past my blades. Put the lid back on. And we will take it back over here. Put it back on here. And we're going to go ahead. I'm going to wash it basically. This is how I wash it. So I will make sure that all the stuff gets out of it. Alright, I just did it again. I'm going to take the lid off. I'm going to take this, dump it. I usually do it 3 times. Usually by the 3rd time it is ready to, it's all rinsed out pretty much and ready to go. I'll do it one more time here. Okay, so that's my 3rd time of rinsing the butter. I think it's pretty good. The water doesn't look too bad. So we will go ahead and just drain it. And what I do then, I'm doing the cold water, the butter gets really hard. So I take out my blade here. Scrape it off. Scrape the butter. And here, you can see there's still water in it. So usually I would go ahead and dump some more cream in it and start another one, but since I'm showing you what we're doing, we're just going to do this one here. Alright, so still do it over my strainer because sometimes the butter does come out. Kind of lose it. So now what I do is I just start squishing it in my bowl. So I want to get all that water out. If you leave any water in there, makes your butter all watery, doesn't taste as good. as you can see, there's still pretty much water in it. Now, once I feel most of the water is out, take a couple more times here. Alright, so you can see we got a ball of butter, or a chunk of butter right now. So now what I do is I kind of spread it out in my bowl. Come back over here. And I take some salt, just some regular some salt here, sea salt or regular salt, it's whatever. And I go ahead and I salt my butter. Just a couple pinches. And then I go ahead and mix it all up again in my bowl that way. And as you can see, there's a little bit of water in there. I'll just go ahead and drain it off. While I'm mixing that salt up, if I come across more water, I just go ahead and dump it off there. So then once I have it all mixed up, because I did add the salt, then I do what I want with it. So I make butter logs, which is basically just 8 ounces of butter in a log, and you can cut it off as you use it. This butter, I'm going to take a jar, because this will be butter we'll use inside, like butter in our toast and stuff. And what I do is I just push it into the jar. So, and then I will fill the jar up. It'll take more butter, but I do want to show you one other thing to finish this video. To make butter balls is I have my tray here, and all I do is scoop this. It's a 1 tablespoon, and I scrape it off. Make sure it has a full tablespoon in there. And then I just let it fall onto this. And then what I do is I freeze them. I just put them in the freezer. So do a couple scoops here. And if you have never had fresh butter like this, you do not know what you're missing. I'm telling you, it is the best butter. So I will go ahead and get the next batch of butter started, and I will go ahead and put these 3 butter balls in the freezer to let them start freezing, because what I'll do is what I'll do is once they freeze, I will put them in bags. So we will have jars. I just use old jars. Oh, sorry. I just use old jars, put the butter in. I can put my jars in the freezer, and then when we want to get one out, we can leave it in the fridge for, I leave my butter in the fridge for up to 7 days. That's why I don't do very big jars or very much. And other than that, that is the whole process of making butter. So, all right. Well, I hope you enjoyed the video. And if you have any questions, leave them down below in the comment section. And please, please, please make sure you subscribe to my channel. Hit that subscribe button and hit that like button to this video. And as always, have a good night, and we will see you later.